So we are going to do part 2 of checking some of my Hoyas over for flat mites. Oh, is that a mealy? Hello guys, welcome. My name's Melissa if you're new here. I am interrupting this video to say that I accidentally deleted the footage off my memory card of part 1 of this video. So I am refilming this intro for you and then we will jump into the rest of the video. Basically, part 1 was just me explaining about flat mites, why I think I had them. I talked you through the microscope and we scanned a Hoya together, and all that footage is now gone. Really sad about that, but that is okay. I ended up refilming footage recording using this microscope on a different day, and that's the footage that you're going to see here. I do still have the footage from my phone that recorded when I did the footage the first time. So maybe I'll just put some pictures or some footage in this video here at the beginning somewhere of what I possibly found. I have 2 Calathea medallions. The first one was in my collection for a little while. It started getting these markings. I noticed it on that plant first. I ended up chopping the growth back, and then I had moved that Calathea to my window here. And at that time, that's when I noticed, I believe, my Hoya Crimson Princess had mealies, and I noticed these markings kind of all over it. So I ended up treating that Hoya with a treatment for mealies. And then I had heard about flat mites going around in the plant community. I had heard some talk of it. The Knot Dude, his video, I actually had watched some of that, and it made me kind of like, okay, well maybe I should check to see if I have flat mites. So I ended up getting a microscope because I noticed the markings on the newer Calathea that I had purchased. I didn't notice them right away. It was after some time of being in my environment. Some time passed and I ended up spraying my Calathea down with a fungicide, because then I discovered a new plant with these markings, my Silverband Maranta. So I ended up treating those 2 with a fungicide, and then I'm like, well, let me just go ahead and check for flat mites. Maybe I'll find something. Flat mites basically are just very, very tiny microscopic mites. They're also called the false spider mites. They don't make a webbing. And I think they've been around for a really long time. You can't see them with the naked eye on your plants. And normally when you notice damage, it's kind of a little too late. They've pretty much sucked all the juices out of the plant leaf and leave behind these markings that you can see, and at that point you probably have a really bad infestation. So they like to attack Hoyas specifically, from what I've gathered, and if you have a Hoya that doesn't seem to be growing and the new leaf kind of just dies off, you'll have like leaf drop in your Hoyas, and they tend to kind of gather at the spot where the new growth is. So if you have a woody growth, and right there at where that meets is kind of where they like to hover around. So if you think you have flat mites, if you have a Hoya that's not growing for you, or you notice any kind of discoloration and leaf drop, I would definitely go ahead and invest in a microscope and check your plants out. This I got off Amazon. I can link this exact one, and the Sulfur Treatment I can link down below. So that's kind of my story and what led me to check for flat mites. Again, you will see kind of in the footage here, but I'm still not entirely convinced that I have them, but I saw enough to make me want to treat my plants, I guess, so to say. I hope you enjoy this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new here. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get to it. I can't remember exactly where we left off, but I was using this microscope, and after that video filmed, I accidentally knocked it off and it fell on the floor and it broke. So I just need some super glue. I'm just gonna look at this Hoya again. I actually need to water her. I had treated her for mealies, I don't know, maybe like 3 weeks ago, and I haven't watered her since, but I could tell she's a little droopy, that she wants some water. Whoop. But yeah, I'm just gonna check her again and see what I find. I haven't treated for flat mites. I wasn't convinced that she had any. I took some footage from when I used this last, and I did find a couple questionable areas, but I wasn't super convinced. But I want to look again and maybe check a few other Hoyas with this light. I did check my Calathea that had those weird markings, and I didn't And I actually have another Maranta that I found recently that had those markings, but I didn't see any flat mites, so I think it must be something fungal maybe. So I treated those with a fungicide. But yeah, this plant has some of those weird markings too, and I'm just going to give another little look over. And if I'm not convinced that this plant has flat mites, then I'm not going to treat it. And I think I'll check a few other Hoyas with you too. I do need to get my cell phone because this works through an app with my cell phone. So I'm just going to turn this back on. Okay, it is on. And we are going to open the app, and you just have to connect it to your Wi-Fi. It like pops up to connect. And then once it connects, it'll show on your phone. So I'm recording this on my phone. Oh. So I'm recording this on my phone, and then whatever I find, I'll put alongside the screen here beside me so that you can kind of see my findings. But I'm just gonna do another look over. And so flat mites like to attack the new growth. Like here's a woody piece on this Hoya that just died off. So we are just gonna check and see what we find. I'm gonna lay it on a flat surface. So you can kind of see there. I'm still very new with this microscope. I'm not seeing any flat mites. I'm gonna check this one here. Not seeing anything there. See if I can check up here. Here's another woody growth. Let's check this one. I'm not sure what that is. I don't think it's a mite or anything. I think it probably is just a marking. And let's try this one. Not really seeing anything there. It'd make me concerned. Let's check some more. I'm not really finding anything that would be concerning for flat mites, although it did have like these markings. So I'm thinking she's fine. Maybe she just has discolored a bit. Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with, you know, flat mites. Looks like a dead mealybug there. Ew. Those were the markings I was initially concerned about. That looks like a dead mealybug. That is so gross. I don't see any other mealy, so that one treatment must have taken care of them. Yeah, so I think this one is honestly fine, and yeah, I'm gonna give her a water here at some point, and yeah, just keep an eye on how she's doing. Like I said, she didn't grow a lot this summer for me, which she isn't getting the best light in this window. I would love to move her into my plant room, but I don't really feel like I don't have space for her because she's so big. So maybe I'll move her this summer to somewhere else, and maybe we'll see. But yeah, this is my oldest Hoya, my second oldest Hoya actually, but she's really big, and I've had her, this will be the 3rd year with her. She hasn't bloomed. She honestly would love to be getting that south light from my window in there in my plant room. She honestly would thrive, but she's just gotten so big and would take up too much space. So yeah, can't really do that, but yeah. Let me check a few other Hoyas. I'm just curious too, and then we'll see if there's anything going on with them. This one is getting thirsty. So this is a Hoya Chelsea. I've had this one in my IKEA cabinet. I just took it out not too long ago. I would say within like, when I cleaned my plant room, so this past New Year's weekend. And it's just one long vine because I grew it from a cutting. I do want to propagate this Hoya and repot it and, you know, get a full pot one day. But since it has been living in my cabinet, you know, and it's been doing great in there, I'm just curious to see if there was anything on it. So let's check this one. Hit my record button and let's just see. There's the very tip of it. I don't see anything on that. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this Hoya, so this one is doing fine. So maybe let me go grab 1 or 2 more Hoyas that we can look at, and then I'll probably call it for this video. I honestly just wanted to do this because of that main Hoya and then the Calatheas that I had. Let me grab my Maranta. That kind of has those weird markings. Let me check that one more time. I did treat it with a fungicide, which it still has fungicide on it. So let me grab that and 1 more Hoya that we'll look at together, and then that'll probably be it. And we'll go from there. Hi, girlfriend. Okay, we are back. I have my Hoya Polyneur, which I absolutely love. This one has not had any signs of being unhappy. It gets a lot of light, and it's grown a lot for when I first got this plant. It grew 2 nodes on its own, so I have 3 vines growing. And I'm just curious. I just want to look at it, I guess. And this is my silver band Maranta that I had to treat with that fungicide. And yeah, I just want to look at this one under the microscope to make sure that there's not anything weird going on. I honestly think it was just some kind of fungus, maybe, which is weird, but we will see. So let's look at the Maranta. Not having it today, girlfriend. No, not today. See that stripe down the center there on that leaf? That was the initial concern that I had. No, girlfriend, not today. I think the most annoying thing with this microscope is getting it to focus, because I feel like as soon as you move it, it wants to lose focus. It still has fungicide all over it, so you can see that like dusting appearance, but that white line down the center is definitely something that appeared. See if I can get it any closer. Not seeing anything. See, because you see a normal leaf, let me find one that doesn't have those markings. Like there's a new leaf here, you see how vibrant a new leaf is, how it doesn't have that white center down the middle of it. It's like brand new, it's healthy, it looks great. So there's nothing wrong with that new leaf. And then, you know, some of these other ones have just this like weird discoloration down the center. I know some of it is the treatment fungicide, but you know, you can definitely still see. I'm not sure what that is. So I did initially think flat mites. What is that? Wait, those aren't flat mites, is it? Did I just find flat mites? Oh, this stupid thing. There, what is that? That red mark. Girlfriend. This microscope irritates the crap out of me. Well, now I'm concerned that there's something on this leaf here. I don't know now. Let me check a few other leaves and see if there's anything. Is that a flat mite? I'm looking for like those orange specks, you know? I'm definitely concerned that's a flat mite. Do you see that? Does this plant have flat mites? I looked on my other calathea and I swear I didn't see anything. I'm trying to get back to a leaf, and there, you can't see them, you know, with the naked eye. Let's see if I can zoom in anymore. It's really hard to hold this steady. Okay, I'm about to throw this thing. It's hard to hold it because it keeps breaking, you know, because I broke it. I don't know, seeing that orange dot makes me think that this plant may have had flat mites, which makes sense because of the markings. So I think I'm going to just take them to my bathtub, spray them down with the sulfur treatment. I'll just mix the sulfur treatment. I think you mix it with water and then just spray the entirety of the plant down, front and back, everywhere. I'm gonna let that dry. I'm not gonna rinse it off. And then I will repeat that treatment for up to 6 weeks every week. And hopefully it'll take care of them. I wonder if I had it on one plant and then me touching plants, maybe I picked one up and spread it to another plant, maybe is how it got on some various plants. So I only know of 3 plants right now, well 4 total, because the other calathea that had those markings, I cut the growth back and it is starting to grow back. But I think I will just treat my Hoya, this one, and my calathea medallion, and then I'll keep you updated. I'll do like an update video on these plants and, you know, just see how they're doing. So yeah, I don't know. I'm tempted to check more plants in my collection, but then I don't want to because I'm worried, you know, if I find more, then I'm gonna have to like treat more of my collection. I feel like if my plants seem happy and they're growing and I don't notice anything weird, then I don't think I'm gonna like randomly check and just go paranoid. I don't want this to become that for me. So I think I'm just gonna treat these 3 and then I'll keep you updated on the progress of them. Okay, I'm in my bathroom. I just wanna show you the 3 plants that I did end up treating. So this is the sulfur that I bought. It's my Bondite here. And I just used about a tablespoon and I mixed it up in just a spray bottle and I sprayed them down. And then I think I clogged it or something because now it stopped working. So I'm gonna have to get a better spray bottle or invest in one of those automatic ones. But I'll show you the plants that I sprayed. There's 3 of them, like I said. And I'm gonna let them completely dry with the sulfur on them. And then I'll probably kind of isolate them. I don't want to leave them in here. I want them to continue to get light and grow. So I'll probably honestly put the Hoya back in its spot after it dries and put the other 2 back in my plant room, kind of in the center of the room so that they're not near other plants. And yeah, so today's midweek, so probably once a week I will just spray them and continue this for like a month and a half, and then I will do like an update video and update you guys on the progress, and we'll kind of go from there. But I figured it's better safe than sorry. I might as well treat them. I already have the stuff. It's not going to hurt them if I spray them, and if it can kill what is on them, then I might as well do it for the plant so it can get happy and healthy and continue growing. So I'll show you the plants here. So this is the calathea medallion that was in question, and it had these like weird markings that you can see. That's what I was questioning because I didn't know, you know, if that was a fungus or what that was. And when I checked before, I didn't see anything questionable on that calathea. And this is the Maranta that we were just looking at under the microscope. And you can kind of see that sulfur on there. I did my best to get the front and backs. And my Crimson Princess Hoya was the other one. And I didn't do as thorough of a job spraying, but I'll get a better water bottle system, and then probably next time I spray these, I'll give this one a better spray down. But I hope this was somewhat interesting, and sorry if it was like sort of shaky, and I'll try and like edit in bits of the footage where it's like less shaky and kind of some stuff that you can see. If you are concerned that you have flat mites, you know, this one, I will link this exact one down below. I think it was like 20 something on Amazon, and the app I downloaded from the App Store, and it just connects to your Wi-Fi. It's pretty simple to set up and use. But thank you guys for watching. I will keep you updated, and I will talk to you guys soon.